Good morning everyone, my name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back to Path of Exile as we are doing a run where we are focusing on playing this game as you would play the first time, for the very first time, and wanting to go through the campaign. Basically, I'm not gonna apply any or very little of the advanced knowledge that I have, the more advanced knowledge that I have, in showing you that it's not bad to fail with your first character, and there are ways in which you can learn how to create an even better character going forward, or even master the game by learning mechanics and plan things out, and there's a whole lot of fun to be had. Once again, in this playthrough, especially if you just came into the second episode, I'm not going for lore. We're not gonna sit still and talk to all these people. We're just going to progress through the game and talk about different things. I would recommend going over the first episode, just if you haven't already, just to understand how I'm making this series going forward. It's going to give you a good idea, so you don't, lose time trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. Okay, well, here we are. In the last episode, we connected Split Arrow with Pierce support and Volley support. At this point, we can shoot up to 7 targets instead of just 5 if we are like this. And also fires projectile from up to 2 points on each side of you. So it adds an extra chance there to shoot on each side of us, so maybe left and right, like 2 arrows like that. We have a bunch of items that we collected. We also bought a Mirage Archer support, which we're going to use. I am going to add for now the Burning Arrow here, and I am going to add this Mirage Archer support just to keep it there, so we don't have it in our inventory. And now I'm going to Bastille and we are going to talk to these people. They're just giving us quests.
Still alive, are we?
We can purchase some items if we want, but we have nothing available or nothing that we would need at the moment. I'm just gonna sell whatever these blue items will offer us. Hopefully we will get a transmission shard pretty soon. But there we have it.
Stay sharp.
Now we have a town portal scroll, we have some scrolls of wisdom, we have an armor scrap which improves the quality of an armor. We probably won't keep this for long, so I wouldn't waste it right now, personally. Let's continue. Actually, instead of going by foot, we have the possibility to use one of these waypoints, because we've unlocked one of the waypoints on the coast. We can go here, and our next quest takes us further north. So let's go to the coast and let's try some things out. Let's try our new skill first of all. We can barely see the arrows. We really need something to light them up, but it also consumes us a bit more resources. Like these blue beasts, they are magical, means they are tougher, definitely. But let's try something else out as well. Instead of this volley support, we're going to add the Mirage Archer support and see what's going to happen there. We are going to level up at this point. We don't have to worry about any kind of missing skill points. We're just gonna level up everything. And look at that. So shooting this skill created another archer. As you can see, I'm not shooting now, but he is applying that skill on his own. So he's shooting the volley on his own. And we don't have to do anything. We have a superior mana flask here. I am going to add this one instead of the small one. So that's what this skill does. If we had a 4-link here, we could even add a volley support which fires 7 arrows and a Mirage Archer support which will use that skill with the 7 arrows. For the moment, what I'm going to do is that I will add here a volley support. As soon as we can get a tooling, I'm going to connect the fire arrow with a mirage arrow support. So I can shoot a burning arrow once, then the mirage arrow will fire it by itself, and we are going to be using this multiple strike ability. Of course, this type of knowledge comes from a place where from the more advanced knowledge. I'm not sure if it's advanced knowledge, but it's a bit more advanced that I don't know, maybe the first time I've played. As I said, one thing I want to show you, I want you to see, is to discover this basic knowledge. This is basic knowledge that will make things a lot more fun for you. When you discover that you can mix and match all kinds of abilities, then it starts to become more fun. Let's see, the fatigue pool, that's where we are going for. That's what we are going for. This is an optional quest, and apparently there is another way to the right here through which we could go. I think for the moment I'm just gonna go here for this optional quest, because it's probably going to end. Yeah, there's no connection to this map, so it's probably going to end as soon as we're done here. So let's fire a fire arrow. First of all, that's what I'm going to do. And now we have the Mirage Archer shooting fire arrows. We have to activate it every once in a while, it doesn't last forever.
Pain brings strength.
But it's one way in which we can do this. And I don't like pressing the middle mouse button that much, so I'm going to put this burning arrow on Q, just so I can apply it every once in a while, get that Mirage Archer up to shoot at our enemies. And that's about it.
My mana is gone.
Let's see. Yep, we're gonna hear this conversation with the mana being gone for a lot. But what we can do, we have a ring now. We've auto-equipped it. Mana we need a little bit, but not that much. We also leveled up, so more attack speed, please. Monsters have begun to be a lot tougher. Oh, now we have an iron ring. We take this and we equip it. We can see that iron ring adds 1 to 4 physical damage to attacks. If we take a look here at damage per second, we can see that it has increased by quite a bit. So not so much on the split arrow ones, but it does add up, especially since some skills have multipliers on them. So you wanna equip your weapons and armors as much as possible. We are trying to clear this area, so I'm going to be killing everybody. Going to move a tiny bit faster. Let's use this Quicksilver. As you can see, it does add up as far as speed goes. It doesn't increase any other kind of
I give you to the earth.
Any other kind of attack speed or anything like that. Now we have an even better bow here. Let's see. This is 6 to 15. This is 6 to 16 with 2 to 4 damage. I'm not gonna use the burning arrow that much, I feel, or the Mirage Archer. It's nice, but I don't think it's something that I want to use that much for the moment. I think I'd prefer higher damage to clear the area quicker. So let's do that. We've got ourselves our first quiver. There's a tougher enemy there. Trying to light it on fire, but it doesn't really seem... You can see at the top, under his life, he raises undead and he's resistant to lightning. So that's important information. You wanna read that every once in a while, and especially in the late game. What did we gain there? We gained some arrows, increased global accuracy rating, that's great. A stone axe here, a skinning knife, hatchets, superior chest plate. Maybe we can add these things around. to arrange it in such a way that we can fit more. Just like that. That's all the space we have. We're going to try to go home soon, sell some things. But we won't be doing this for too long, because then it gets pretty easy to collect some resources. Like Scroll of Wisdom, we gain quite a bit of them from killing enemies, and so we don't need to worry too much about having to sell items. Okay, there are more enemies here. We've leveled up again. Let's add more more attack speed. Some superior fish scale. We don't have gloves, so let's pick those gloves up. With tab you open the map. In the menu there's a lot of customizable things you can do with both your map and your UI, your interface of the game. So do check it out. I'm going to show you a few things in the future, but there's nothing necessary at the moment, so I don't want to overcomplicate things, because I don't feel like it has a purpose. Okay, we've left an unexplored area there, and we need to kill all the monsters in this cave. This reminds me of the first mission in Diablo 2, where you have to go and kill all the enemies in the cave of... what was it? The Cave of Darkness? Or... and yeah, it lights up like this in Diablo as well. I do have really good memories. I did enjoy Diablo 2. Didn't really enjoy Diablo 3. It's not bad. However, I can't get around to the story. The story feels a bit... it's not a good story. It's not that I don't enjoy the game and the mechanics of it, but I can't get around to liking the story. Let's see. We have a question mark here, which points us to a certain part of the quest. A Roa nest. Let's collect whatever is here. An Ammonite glyph. And they are giving us now, they're telling us to explore the mud flats, which is this part of the map. So we will do so. Roseo's glyph. These are all quest items. The green items are quest items. We are doing a pretty good job using this bow and using these skills. So now let's collect the Scroll of Wisdom. As soon as we can, I would like us to go home. But I'm trying not to waste any of the town scrolls, town portal scrolls at the moment. So we're continuing on this path. More magic monsters. We have to be careful. Wool shoes, padded vest. A padded vest. Ooh. We need to run away, because this monster is tough. Chaos damage over time, he's very accurate, he is evasive, and he charges at us. And resists cold. Okay, well, we took care of him there.
Slow me down.
I think that's about it for now. Let's return back home, because I would like to collect that skinny knife as well. So we're returning back home. This is a simple town portal scroll. We can go back through it only once, and then it disappears. So we can sell whatever we've gained here. We don't want the armor. I don't want to waste the Scroll of Wisdom. We don't have many of them, so we're not going to. Small mana flask, we are going to sell that as well. And the goat's horn. And now we've gained a few more things. An Orb of Transmission upgrades a normal item to a magic item, so we can use it on any of these items to create a better one. These are the quest items we have here. Anything else that's new? No, not at the moment. So we're speaking with the guy giving us a quest. we've been granted 2 passive respect points.
I've traveled inland on the
What do they do? Well, we've gained 2 more quests here in the mud flats for now. The passive respect points, if we're going here into the skill menu, so you go through here at passive skill free, you can get 2 refunded points. So if you think you made a mistake by clicking on one of these, or you decided to go in a different direction, you can refund some of these points. You cannot refund all of the points, so after you spend, you have to be careful on how you go about creating your build. Plus, if I was to pick Ballistic Master here and then decided that I want to keep this one but delete these in order to go on this side, we cannot. We always have to have a continuous link between this skill and this. There are exceptions somewhere in the late game, but we're not there yet. We're not even close to reaching that level. So let's go back and continue our quests. Since we have here, what is it? This is a short bow, a superior rusted coif. We don't want it. There is this padded vest which has 27 evasion and 8 energy shield. This one has 29 evasion. This is a mix. There's always a mix between armor and evasion, or evasion and energy shield, or energy shield and armor. There are like hybrid kind of armors that you might want to use depending on what you're going for. But because this does not have the... I would equip it because I like the energy shield, but because it does not have this free link which makes our split arrow even stronger, I don't really want to use it. I don't want to keep it. And so in this game you will find out that links are most of the time more important than the armor itself. So here we have another free link kind of weapon. We can add back our Mirage arrow with the burning arrow skill and throw the leather cap. I'm gonna shoot at this, he's going to help us. Though the Mirage arrow, I feel it's a whole lot better when it has that kind of multiple projectile. I wonder, do we need 7 projectiles at this point of the game? Because in a sense I don't feel like it does. Maybe we will go in a different path. I am going to add the Mirage arrow here instead of the 7 arrows, and we can have the burning arrow with the multiple volley support. So let's do that. I think this is a whole lot better because now he's firing, well, like 5 projectiles, which is great. And they do pierce, go through multiple enemies, which is nice. So we can mix some fire arrows with a multiple arrow attack, and that is great. We've gained another levels here. So we're gaining projectile speed, increased projectile damage, and 20 dexterity. We can even check it out on our skill to see how we are doing. That's an increase of 7 points damage per second. So yeah, let's continue the exploration of this map. The fire arrows are a lot better than this multiple projectiles one. Of course, you can imagine the fact that you fire multiple arrows is good for clearing an area, not that good for doing good damage. More monsters, more zombies. We've upgraded our... Let's see. What does it do? If we were to upgrade this, we're probably getting him to be... the Mirage Archer to be quicker. It doesn't show anything right now. Yeah, I am not fully sure. But maybe we'll see the difference in the future. When it has an even higher level than from 1 to 2. But I'm thinking he should probably be shooting faster or something. Let's see, is there a way to go through here? No. What do we have to do? Explore mudflats, enter the submerged passage in the mudflats. There's a place to go there. Maybe there's a place here? Probably not. This feels like it's just plain water. More magical enemies do offer more experience, so you do want to take care of them. We have a magic unidentified bow. Let's see what it gives us. 7 to 18, 2 to 5 physical damage, it's better than 2 to 4, and 7 lightning resistance instead of attack speed. Yeah, we can add the next bow there. Actually, we could look at our stats and see what it does for us. Well, it seems like the other bow is better. Mostly because what? It's quicker, I'm guessing. No, even by attack speed, I guess. And the cold damage. Okay, here is the passage. A strange glyph wall. We're adding here the items that we've collected, and now we're getting a passage through the submerged. What was it called? Submerged passage? Yeah. Another waypoint here. I will use it to go back home just so we could sell a few things.
Farewell.
Okay, we gained here, because we managed to enter the submerged passage, we get a new skill. Bear Trap. Throws a trap that damages and immobilizes a single enemy. Puncture. Which punctures enemy causes a bleeding debuff which will be affected by modifiers to skill duration. Puncture works with bows, dagger, claws and sword. So they receive some damage over time. Riposte performs a deadly counterattack when you block. Uses both weapons while you are dual wielding. So we do need a melee skill here. And we have a Shrapnel Ballista. Summons a ballista totem that fires multiple arrows with extreme force, breaking them apart into shrapnel. Let's take the ballista. And we have a spot here and we have a spot here in the gloves. It doesn't really matter where we put it. And now we also gain the skill Dash. Perform a series of quick teleports towards a target's location. So this is another skill that it's called the movement skill. And I am going to add it. I'm gonna add dash here, I think. And have the ballista on W. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try things out and see how they work. So we can travel to Flooded Depths for an optional quest and or travel to Prisoner's Gate, which is to the north. We're going to go for this optional quest. So ballista is like this. Looks pretty cool, and now it fires projectiles. You can also influence, use its influence, the support skills, to add to it. Let's see, if we were to take these two supporting skills here, the volley support, as you can see, it does not affect dash, but it does affect the Shrapnel Ballista. But the Mirage Archer support would not cast the Shrapnel Ballista. That was just as an idea to show you how easy it is to see what works together and what doesn't. We also have now the dash skill,
I'm not up to that just yet.
which can be used to get out of tough situations. We're going to use these skills as much as possible. Scare Mask,
My mana is gone.
Serrated Arrow Quiver, which once again will be equipped here, and it offers 1 to 4 damage to bow attacks. That's great. Another 1 to 2 cold damage to attacks, 6 fire resistance, 1 mana gain on kill, and 15 stun duration on enemies. I don't know if we have the stun or anything, but now we should be really, our damage should be really good. So let's continue the exploration here. Some vests. We're just gonna look for blue items from now on, I believe. Maybe some boots would be good. We don't have boots. Are there any boots here? No, I don't see any yet. We're gonna use these skills, combine the speed, just to move a bit faster. That's how you get around throughout the entire game. Either use the Quicksilver to get that speed boost, or use one of these dash skills, and there are multiple skills that you can actually use on your characters. Another passive skill point, I would like to go with this Aspect of Eagle. 10 extra life, getting some more movement speed and more damage with the bows. That sounds wonderful to me. So let's do it. I wonder if I'm taking the right way for that optional quest, but we'll explore as much of the map as we want, as we need. It's not really a problem. Quicksilver, the speed potion, also refills when you kill enemies. So you can't use it all the time, which is a shame. Once you start using the potions, you start to feel like you want to go faster and faster, and it's really not fun when you don't have any of the potions left. At some point, if we're going to get 2 of these Quicksilver potions, we're going to use them together. So there we have it. We summoned the ballista there to help us, and we're shooting from a distance. Rotten shield, more chest plates, more bows, a battered helmet. It gives us armor and evasion. I will take it. Let's see, what is this door here? This door is the ledge. The ledge, I think it's not where we need to go. We are looking for the flooded depths. Let's just check out where this led us. Yeah, so it led us further. Let's go back into the submerged passage and go for that skill. As you can imagine, we are going to be moving at a faster and faster and faster pace. This is just the beginning of the game, so I'm trying to explain a few of the somehow basics. Show you how skills work, which is a very important part of the game. Chest plate there, some chain boots. We needed boots and now we have them. Another leather cap, but it's not better. Wooden quivers, we have them. Wooden wool gloves, and that offers us energy shield. Yeah, I think at this point we're going to ignore most. There's another door there, so probably that's where we need to go. At this point, we're probably going to start ignoring most of these white items.
I'm not up to that just yet.
I am going to be adding a little bit of extra knowledge pretty soon, but for the moment, we'll stay at that. Let's see, flooded depths. We have a new boss probably to take care of. Kill the dweller of the deep, so yes. Another iron ring. I prefer the iron ring instead of the mana, because it did offer us that extra damage that we need. This is a shrine. Shrines apply their buffs or their damage to you when they're in this form. Once you click on it, once you get to it, it becomes a buff to you and it damages the enemy. But remember that some of these could be very dangerous later on. Here we have the first chest that is part of the new mechanic, the new league, which is Heist. What you do with Heist is that you go on a bit of a, it doesn't matter that that ice effect is leaving us. You go on this kind of robberies with some people and you get item out of it. I will show you this mechanic, but not yet. You'll have to be a bit patient for probably a few more episodes, like 2 or 3, once we get to a level where we can go and show other elements of the game. At this point, I don't think like it's going to just confuse us, so we're not gonna use that mechanic just yet. Okay, while we're going around, we're taking care of business. We can bring out our ballista as well to help us. We gained another portal to Town Scroll. Okay, a new level up. That is great. We can add another point here in the aspect of the eagle. We are almost at 100 damage for this skill, and that is wonderful for us. It's really fun to play a ranged character. I haven't really been a fan of it throughout my life. I think I've spoken, if you've watched me before, you probably heard me say that I generally play melee characters. That's what I'm going for in...
My mana is gone.
That's what I'm going for in most of my games for the first time. However, I did play here a ranged character before. I think it's pretty fun. It's the most fun you can have in this game is combining skills. And like what we saw so far is just the surface of what's inside this game. But the amount of skills, the amount of combination is amazing. I am going to add these evasion boots instead of this armor and energy shield. Like this was the energy shield, the blue line. But I prefer to go with an evasion based character. Then we have a Cooper sword here. Okay, we have just a tiny bit more to explore, and then we're going back to the town and collect our reward. And then we'll be back in the next episode to continue this journey of ours. Let's see, more skills. I am hoping that even with these first 2 episodes that I'm showing you now, that maybe I'll open your appetite to go ahead and try it on your own. More than you continuing to watch this series, like checking it out, I'd be more happy if at some point I'm going to receive maybe a feedback or something telling me that you started playing the game and you are actually enjoying it. Because there's so much knowledge about this game at this point. It's quite an old game. I think it came out, the beta version of this game came out in 2011, and it has been improved a lot, both in graphics and mechanics and everything else. But I think I'm going to talk about this in a future episode. So for now, I am just going to collect my reward here.
Stay sharp out there.
We gain a passive skill point for this quest. So we're going to do this, and we are going to go now. I'm not sure. Actually, let's put the cut in here, come back in the next episode and talk more about what we're going to do. Okay? So I thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.